Yun ang kikitain nila. Without computation, without any parameters, without any indicators, it's all projection na itong bibigay natin sa kanila, yun ang ginawa ng ERC. Hindi sa loob ng 1 taon, hindi sa 2, hindi sa 3 taon, sa loob ng 9 na taon. They control the whole of Metro Manila, NCR. They control the whole of the Calabarzon, including my province, Laguna. They control Pampanga at Bulacan. They are so huge and enormous that they have subdivided the whole franchise. 60% of our GDP lies in NCR. Dito sa Luzon, 60% ang ating GDP. Control ng Meralco ang ating economic growth. Isang board of director ang nagko-control. I stand here today as I stood here a year ago, same place, same spot, and most likely I'd be delivering same kind of issues, but with more substantial and more enhanced subject that this representation would like to explore regarding Meralco's monopolistic and monosopnic state of mind. Yes, Mr. Speaker, siguro you'll be wondering bakit ata parang adverse yung monopoly saka monopsony na karakteristik ng Meralco. And Mr. Speaker, allow me to explain a little bit about yung pong tinatawag nating monopoly at monopsony. At kung titingnan po natin ang ating pong Webster Dictionary at titingnan po natin yung ating pong mga Google, makikita po natin yung monopolistic dyan. Ang ibig po sabihin ng monopolistic ay yung pong seller ay control niya yung buyer. In this case, ang Meralco po, hindi lamang po siya distribution utility, Mr. Speaker. Siya rin po ay buyer ng mga kuryente. Siya po ay kinoconsider din po natin siya na nagmamay-ari din ng ating pong mga power generators. As a matter of fact, this is being allowed by Section 45 under Republic Act 9135, yung ating pong tinatawag na EPIRA Law, yung pong cross-section. We allowed it. At ang tanong, paano naging control ng mga seller o nagbebenta ng kuryente ang Meralco bilang siya po ay buyer ng kuryente? Because we allow the affiliation, we allow na kung saan po ay nakakapagbigay siya ng equity sa mga nagbebenta ng kuryente, thereby constituting a monopolistic attitude. Alam nyo, Mr. Speaker, sa lahat po ng ating pong mga nagbebenta ng kuryente, ay sasabihin po ng Meralco, kami nagdumadaan sa competitive selection process. Meron kami tinatawag na power supply agreement. But we all know that there is a connivance between the Energy Regulatory Commission and the Meralco. And later on, Mr. Speaker, I will prove that there is a connivance between Energy Regulatory Commission and Meralco. But for the meantime, allow me to speak about what is monopsony. Kung sa monopoly, ang buyer ay nakokontrol ng seller, sa monopsony naman po, ang buyer, nakokontrol niya ang mga seller. Sandali, Congressman, para atang hindi ata nagtutugma yan. Di ba? Parang, bakit naman nakokontrol ng Meralco ang mga seller? Dahil ang Meralco po, sila po nagko-contribute ng ating distribution ng ating electricity output, 70% ng buong Luzon. They control the whole of Metro Manila, NCR. They control the whole of the Calabarzon, including my province, Laguna. They control Pampanga at Bulacan. They are so huge and enormous that they have subdivided the whole franchise. They subdivided it into central, southern, and northern sector. Dahil napakalaki na po ng prangkisa ng Meralco, they cannot even operate and configuratively operate the whole franchise. Ang iniiwasan po nila ay magkaroon ng disturbance sa isang area at magkaroon ng blackout sa buong Luzon. Remember, Mr. Speaker, 60% of our GDP lies in NCR. Dito sa Luzon, 60% ang ating GDP.
control ng Meralco ang ating economic growth. Isang board of director ang nagko-control. Now, Mr. Speaker, sila po ay monopolistic. Sila po ay monosopnik. And I heard that the Metro Pacific Investment Corporation is in the process of acquiring the biggest, the largest natural gas power plant in Ilihan, Batangas, a 2,500 megawatts combined cycle natural gas. Kapag binili na po ng Meralco, which is being owned by MPIC, ang asset ng Meralco at ang Ilihan Power Plant, pag pinagsama mo ang dalawang ito, they will be creating a vertical integration system wherein they will be controlling the fuel supply, the fuel facility, imported fuel facilities, the power supply, and distribution under one board of directors. This concern our national security because they are so huge and enormous, no? Ang laki-laki na po nila that are even now expanding. And it entails our national security, Mr. Speaker. Alam nyo, nakakalungkot na isipin, Mr. Speaker, that we created a monster out of them. Mr. Speaker, ang kongresong ito ay naging party po ng pagbuo ng super franchise. In accordance with Republic Act 9513, we created a super franchise for them. And the power of this Congress is to amend, to revoke, to suspend, and even subdivide their franchise. And may I remind the Meralco, the Metro Pacific Investment Corporation, before they plan to acquire the Ilihan Power Plant, $700 million po ang Ilihan Power Plant. Bilyong-bilyong piso po ang halaga para bibili nila ang Ilihan Power Plant. Bago nila bigli ng Ilihan Power Plant, Mr. Speaker, ibalik po muna nila ang perang sobrang siningil nila sa 7.6 million subscribers dito sa Luzon sapagkat hindi po nila kinompute ang kanilang weighted average cost of capital na nung isang taon tumayo ko, the same place, the same spot where I injected that they have not computed, never, mula 2015 hanggang sa pagkakataong ito, hindi nila kinompute ang kanilang weighted average cost of capital na kung saan 14.97% ang kinocompute nila. Yun ang percentage ng kanilang profit na pinagbabasihan na kinompute pa nila noong 2010. And in accordance to the rules of wheeling rates of distribution utility ng ERC, ang sabi ng ERC ng kanilang batas, kada 4 na taon, i-compute natin ang pinagkakakitaan ng Meralco sapagkat nung panahon na kinompute po nila, ang weighted average cost of capital noong 2010, all the parameters, the indicators, the risk rate ng bansa, ang interest rate ng bangko, ang regulatory asset base, ang kanilang depreciation, lahat po yan ay matataas during that time because we have an Asian crisis during that time. And thereby constituting a higher weighted average cost of capital. Dumating po ang 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, hanggang 2015 na lang po yan eh. Sabi ng batas, ng rules ng ng ERC eh. Ha? Meralco, with the connivance of ERC, they never computed. Mula nung 2015 hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin po nagko-compute ang ERC. And in accordance with the Asian crisis nung 2010, nung 2014, 2015, wala na po tayong financial crisis. And all the interest rate, ang risk rate ng bansa, ang financial requirements nila, mga indicators are telling that the weighted average cost of capital is so low. So anong ginawa ng ERC at ang Meralco? They connive Dahil pag nag-compute sila ng mga panahon ng 2014, bababa ang weighted average of cost of capital. As a matter of fact, I challenge each and every one of you. Tignan po natin ang WACC ng Meralco today. Dahil sila po ay publicly listed office, they are being externally audited. Nakalabas po dyan kung magkano ang profit nila. At lalabas dyan, tignan po natin ang WACC ng Meralco today sa Google. 9.23% ang kanilang WACC. Ngayon, 9.62% ang kanilang WACC. At sinisingil na tayo sa 14.97% mula noong 2015 hanggang ngayon. Hindi makatarungan yan sa ating pong 7.6 million Pilipinos na siningil nila ng sobra-sobra mula ng 2015 hanggang ngayon. Nung unang taon na hindi po nila kinompute ang WACC noong 2015, that is acceptable. Ikalawang taon na hindi sila nag-compute, that is questionable. Ikatlong taon na hindi sila nag-compute, that is highly debatable. Pero ika-4, ika-5, ika-6, ika-7, ika-8, ika-9, ngayon magsasampung taon na, hindi pa rin nila kinukompute. That is incredible. BS. Yung mga nandyan sa ERC, mula 2014 hanggang ngayon, we need to invite them. All the commissioners, all the chairpersons must be invited here to be investigated because they have to be held responsible. Why? They never computed, Mr. Speaker. They never computed. And we're giving them thousands of pesos of money monthly dahil sila po ay pensioners. Hanggang ngayon, pensyonado sila. Binabayadan natin sila dahil hindi sila nag-compute ng tamang profit ng kita ng Meralco. At ano sabi ng Meralco? Ano sabi nila? Meralco cares. Di ba ano sabi ni Manong Jo sa ni Ate Maita? Oh, bumababa na po ang ating per kilowatt. Oh, bababa na po kayo ng 50 cents per kilowatt. If they really care, Mr. Speaker, alam na alam po nila ang WACC. 9.26% lang ang profit dapat nila. Kung meron talaga silang moral decency, moral purity, and rectitude, they should have tell. ERC, oy ERC, nakakahiya na sa taong bayan. 10 taon na tayong hindi nagko-compute. Diba? Nakita naman natin ang WACC. We were being externally audited. Ha? Figures won't lie. Hindi mapapasabalian that they're being externally audited. And we need, Mr. Speaker, ibalik ang sobrang pera sa bayan sa pamamagitan ng cash. Ibalik natin sa 7.6 million Filipinos, including you, including me, magbalik sila ng pera sa atin. It's high time, Mr. Speaker. It's high time that this Congress, in accordance with Section 17 or Republic Act 9209, creating the franchise of Meralco, be invoked because the power of this Congress that was given to them, the franchise is not exclusive. If public interest so requires, Section 17 will apply. In accordance with Section 14, they never submitted even a single documents in this Congress yearly for us to find out the real profit na dapat ay kinocompute po ng ERC. But they never computed in the last 9 years. Magsasampung taon na po, mag-iisang dekada na, ang sobrang pag-aapi sa ating mga kababayan ay hindi natin mapapayagan. Ano ang isa sa pinakamabigat na ginawa po ng Meralco? They are economic saboteurs. Sinasabotahe po nila ang ating ekonomiya. Why? In accordance with Republic Act 9513 or the Renewable Energy Act of 2008, the government is mandated to encourage our consumers to be a part of the economic growth through energy development. Ang sabi ng batas, ang puso ng batas, ini-encourage natin ang ating mamamayan na ma-involve sa ekonomiya sa pamamagitan ng paglalagay ng energy development, ng renewable energy facility sa bawat tahanan ng mamamayang Pilipino. Bakit? Kung magkakaroon po tayo ng mga pasilidad na hango sa mga renewable energy like araw, hangin, tubig, basura, biomass, na kung saan magkikreate tayo ng kuryente. And we created the net metering. Mr. Speaker, magsisiro po ang ating Meralco bill. Andyan po, tingnan po natin ang aking mga kaibigan na nagne-net metering. Zero ang binabayaran nila. Ito ang kinatatakot ng Meralco na ang lahat ng ating mga mamamayang Pilipino ay magkaroon ng net metering, thereby constituting no electricity bill sa kanila. Mr. Speaker, zero. Yung aking mga kaibigan nagtatanong, how does it work? Paano ba yung nag-work yung net metering? Because this is not being properly explained to all of us. Ang net metering po, Mr. Speaker, yung araw na kukunan mo, maglalagay ka ng solar panel sa iyong bahay, makakakuha ka ng kuryente, maiipon mo, at dadaan sa iyong metro, sa net metering, imi-meter niya, ineneto niya kung ano yung nagastos mo na kuryente. At kung ano yung kukunin mo sa Meralco, yun ang babayaran mo. At kapag nakapag-impok ka ng kuryente, o-offset mo lamang yung ginamit mo at yung sosobra, export mo sa Meralco. May utang pa sa iyong Meralco. Mr. Speaker, nagawa ng iba. Even yung ating po tinatawag na Imperial Subdivision doon po sa San Vicente, Santo Tomas, Batangas. They are solar-powered middle houses na kung saan wala silang binabayaran kahit 5. May credit pa sa kanilang Meralco. Tingnan po natin ang Tatag Imperial Homes na kung saan ito po yung unang per solar-powered community located at Barangay San Vicente, Santo Tomas. 0 po ang binabayaran nila. And if only the 7.6 million subscriber of Meralco ay makakabitan po natin ng tinatawag po nating renewable energy facility. Yan man po ay solar, yan man po ay wind, yan man po ay tubig, yan man po ay basura. Mr. Speaker, that will help a lot in our economic growth. A 1.5 kilowatt peak na mapoproduce sa 3 solar panel, that will create a 7 kilowatt hour of kuryente. At makakadevelop tayo ng 11.4 gigawatt hour na in relation sa target ng DOE na magkaroon tayo ng 19 gigawatt by 2014, that will be realized by this country. We don't need to rely on fossil fuel anymore. We don't need to rely on coal. Because bibigyan natin ng libreng kuryente ang ating mamamayan. At dito, Mr. Speaker, if ever, sa pangunguna po ng ating pong Speaker, Martin Romualdez, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for allowing us to have this moment to speak to the people and to the Meralco and to all stakeholders of the energy sector. We need to change the game right now, Mr. Speaker. Dahil pag hindi po natin binago, Mr. Speaker, wala po tayong patutunguhan. Maraming salamat, Speaker, for giving us a chance. Speaker Martin Romualdez, this is our moment. Huwag nating hayaan na hindi maibalik sa taong bayan yung ating pong sobrang ibinayad sa Meralco. Pinahihirapan po ng Meralco ang pagkuha ng mga voluminous permits. Sa ating po mga building official, through the different LGUs, they conducted different trainings. Having so many requirements, dati po ang pagkuha ng requirements sa net metering, 3 linggo. Ngayon, 1 taon, hindi pa lumalabas ang iyong mga permits. We have to relax all of these requirements, enable for the consumers to be a part of the economic growth and the energy development. This is the only way para makalayo tayo sa coal. This is the only way para matulungan po natin ang ating gobyerno. Tandaan po natin, this is the mandate that was given to us by the Speaker. The Speaker have told us to uplift the life of all our citizens. And this is the only way, Mr. Speaker, that we will be going to give back sa ating mga mamamayan. Yung pong ibabalik na pera na Meralco, ilagay natin sa mga mahirap nating mamamayan. Mga solar panel, mga net metering. After the 2008, that this Republic Act 9513 was approved, alam niyo po ba kung ilan out of the 7.6 million nagne-net metering sa buong Pilipinas, sa buong Luzon? Only 6,000 individuals. Because the hardships of getting the requirements are being perpetrated by this Meralco. Mr. Speaker, maraming po salamat sa binigay niyong pagkakataon. And with this, Mr. Speaker, I hope that this Congress will act on this. And I hope that this will be referred on Committee on Franchise and the Committee on Public Order for us to find out the culpability of those people who have been liable for this irresponsibility action that they have perpetrated to our Filipino people. Sa inyo po lahat, maraming salamat and I submit.